Our human mind is a wonderful computer-like thinking machine. Probably the best computer is our own mind. And therefore, it functions like a computer. It's a processing, input, output, everything is just like a computer. Memory is exactly like a computer. It holds the memories like that, processes them the same way. So this mind of ours is a very good, useful computer for us. Why was it given to the soul in this physical body and all other bodies that we have? All bodies have the mind. The mind was given so we can use it for many reasons. Use it for understanding, use it for communicating, use it for language, use it for using the mind for having great experience in a created world. Very good gift. We are supposed to use our mind. We are supposed to think what we want to think. But what has happened? Over time, we have thought we are the mind. Over time, we have even forgotten who we are. And because we have been thinking so much, we have been thinking into believing that the thinking itself is our own self. That because we can think, that is I thinking, the self-thinking. That's not true. The self empowers the mind. Self is consciousness, life. Life makes the mind alive. Life makes this sensory system alive. Life makes this physical body alive. Life makes everything alive. So therefore the life makes mind alive. Consciousness makes all these alive. We empower the mind to function. If you pull out the plug, the mind can't function. So we have put in the plug into the mind, and then it speaks very nicely. You know, we all hear the mind speaking. We can every time hear the mind speaking because it never stops speaking. It speaks continuously. It's trained to speak continuously. And that's called the thought process. When we think, the mind is speaking in our head. We can tell the mind what to think. Or we can just keep quiet and listen to the mind thinking. There are two ways. If there's a machine, you put the machine on, machine will go on by itself, or you can train it to do what you want it to do. If we want to make use of the mind, we can tell the mind what to think. Are we doing it? Most of us have forgotten how to do it. Most of us are listening to the mind to find out what we should do. We made a slave, a servant, a computer of ours which was given to us to service us. We made it to a master to tell us what we should do. I was told that in another 20 years, there will be robots, there will be artificial intelligence built into computers, and they will tell us what to do. I said, we don't have to wait 20 years, we are doing it right now. We are using a computer to tell us what to do. We are continuously being guided by our own minds. The mind thinks bizarre, randomly, and picks up bits of information here, there, some good experience, some bad experiences, picks up pain and pleasure, puts them all together and says, now do this. And we say, yes, sir. What kind of a relationship do we have with a computer? This was not given to us for that purpose. The mind was given to us to put into it what we like, to think what we like, to communicate what we like, to talk what we like, to do what we like. Now, when we say that we can tell the mind to do these things, who are we? Where is that self which is going to tell the mind? We must know where the self is, otherwise we can't tell the mind. The function of the mind is so different from the independent function of this soul, of our own self. Two cannot be confused. Our own self knows everything. When it's hidden by the mind, we forget ourselves, we forget our knowledge also. But knowledge seeps in once in a while through a process called intuition. What is intuition? Intuition is a flash of knowledge, a sudden feeling. You know it. That's intuition. An intuitive knowledge does not require the mind because there's no thought involved. All functions of the mind, thinking, reasoning, putting things together, logic, coming to conclusions, making sense of things, all require time. Not even the smallest thought will be in no time. They'll all take time. Even nanosecond is a time for the thought to come. Intuition takes no time. It's sudden, comes at once. And we just know. We know without time. And we just know it. The mind argues about our intuitive knowledge and makes us go down and follow the mind and not our intuition. Have you ever tried this experiment? Okay, for 1 week I will not listen to what the mind says. I'm going to listen to my hunches and my gut feelings and my intuition. Your life will change in 1 week. You will make a mind a true computer to service you. It doesn't take long. You just have to have a realization why this equipment has been given to us. The thinking machine is a very useful thing, but use it. Now we can, when we say, repeat this mantra, what are we trying to do? We are telling the mind, use these words. Mind doesn't want to do it. That's a use of the mind. When you tell the mind, think on these lines and do this work for me, it's taking use of the mind. Not. Only when we consult the mind and act on it, then we are reversing the actual use of the mind. It's not supposed to be like that.